Ben Affleck is going to play Hulk Hogan. Alien Romulus dropped 6 new posters in anticipation for its release. Tom Cruise will be doing stunts at the France Olympics. And we got our first teaser for Squid Game 2. Let's get into this week's movie news. What's up, movie friends? Welcome back to Raiders of the Lost Podcast, the ultimate film and TV podcast. We have a ton of stories to go over. We got Downey and the Russo brothers estimated salaries for the upcoming Avengers films. Also, Jamie Lee Curtis called out the MCU to a bad reaction. Superman Wrapped and a bunch of other stuff to talk about this week. But let's get into the box office this weekend. James, take it away. Deadpool and Wolverine, as you expect, had another insane weekend. Second weekend, it pulled $94 million domestically at the box office. It's already passed $630 million globally in just 10 days of release, which is absurd. So obviously a mega hit. We anticipate this will hit $1 billion in probably 3 weeks.
Yeah, definitely.
Twisters holding on strong. So Twisters pulled in $20 to $23 million
for its third weekend?
In its third domestic weekend, closing in on $250 million globally. But what's interesting about this, even though it's still performing really well with Deadpool and Wolverine out there taking up a lot of the audience, Twisters is unfortunately set to premiere on VOD on August 13th. I think this is personally just a huge mistake. It'll still be in theaters, but to have it available online when you're still making $3 to $4 million every single day at the box office, it's just, I think, a big L that studios are doing these days.
That's really weird because it's making such good money. 20 to 23 million for its third weekend with Deadpool and Wolverine up against it. Like, this is really impressive. It's got great legs and incredible word of mouth. This is becoming, a surprise hit for the summer. I don't understand.
Where's the surprise here? We all knew
Twisters!
We
were calling it. Twisters!
Not a surprise for us.
But also, it's been surprising how well it's held up against the Marvel film, which is a gigantic juggernaut that everybody knew was going to make a ton of money. And it's just really impressive that it hasn't really taken too much out of the Twisters box office. $250 million. It could easily hit $400 million, but for some reason, I think they're deterring a lot of people next week who maybe would have gone to the theater to see it, who are just going to rent it at home. Now, obviously, it's going to be $20 to rent. I understand that they probably are doing the numbers, and they're probably like, we have a better chance of making more money if it's available to rent for people at home. But still, 4 weeks after a film comes out, to be a VOD rental, especially one that's, I get if a movie bombs, makes no money, nobody sees it, throw it on VOD rental, try to recuperate your costs. But Twisters is doing really well. So this is really odd. I'm not a fan of seeing films on a streaming platform so quickly after it came out in theaters.
Really, the only ones that aren't doing it are Nolan movies.
Oh, yeah.
Tom Cruise movies. They know that you can market it for sort of a second, not a box office like it used to be when movies came out on DVD, but a second wind.
Also, The Boy and the Heron, what was that, 8 months?
In what?
Between the theater release and it was available on
Yeah, I'm not sure how long Boy and the Heron was, but I mean, we're talking about a movie that's insanely popular. People are still going to the theaters. Usually on the standard now is about 30 days after the release of a film. It'll be available, for example, this is Universal on Universal streaming platforms with Peacock, or to rent on platforms like Amazon. You'll have to pay for it for a while, but still, there's still people going to the theater. Mm-hmm. And why not wait to build anticipation and excitement for it to be released on VOD and get an actual box office from VOD sales? I think it's just a huge L that studios are doing. And obviously they have number crunchers that are saying that it's the best thing to do. But I still think when you have a specific movie like Twisters, I think the numbers work for the broad releases every year. But when you have something like Twisters where it's a hit in theaters, don't apply the standard of a movie that didn't do so well in theaters. Oh, we can recuperate funds here. I would market the hell out of it in like 5 months.
Yeah, push it. I mean, when we were growing up, it was like 4 months in between the theatrical release and the rentals at least. And it was just really funny because it was the event again. It's at Blockbuster.
Yeah.
You can get it again. We only saw it once, and then we can see it again. So I think that it's a weird trend in Hollywood that they're going just to make a couple extra bucks.
They just want that money so fast.
Will they really make that much more?
So insecure. They just need. We want money real quick.
We want it. I want it.
I want it now. Next up in third place, Trap performed kind of low from expectations. It pulled in $17 million at the domestic weekend box office. This movie had a budget of $30 million, completely financed by M. Night Shyamalan like he does with his most recent films. So not a huge box office turnout. He pulled $5.4 million on the Friday, which is pretty good, but $17 million. You know, this is a tough time of year to come out, obviously, with Deadpool and Wolverine, a big crossover for audience. I think that trap will end up being a hit over time. I think it's going to have some decent legs.
I think that with this start, it's a good start. It's not amazing, but it is a good start. It could end up hitting 100 million globally with this beginning.
Yeah,
so he'll make money off of it. It's going to be successful. And we saw the film. What are your thoughts, James?
I thought it was good.
Yeah.
It's mixed reaction online. I think that it had a lot of huge potential, and it kind of shot itself in the foot here and there. But overall, I think it was a really good movie. It was very solid.
Very entertaining.
Yeah.
I had a really good time at it. It was funny.
It was a good theater movie.
Yeah, it was light. It was fresh. And it was really well directed and shot. And it did get a little cringe at times, but it had a really engaging first act and third act that really sealed the deal. And I had a really good time at Trap.
Josh was so good in it.
Josh was fantastic.
He was amazing in that movie.
Amazing.
And then in fourth place, we have Harold and the Purple Crayon, which pulled in only $6 million in its opening weekend at the box office, starring Zachary Levi, who's had a huge fall from being at the top of the mountain to just making some bad choices.
I wouldn't say top of the mountain.
Well, I mean, he was a superhero.
Yeah.
He was DC's one of their most successful.
He was on the mountain, not the top of the mountain.
He wasn't the top, but I mean, DC was hurting at the time.
Yeah.
But he was in a lot of projects.
Yes, yeah.
Now he's sort of, he had a bunch of public controversies, and now with these career decisions, I think his career is probably going to keep going in a downward trend, unfortunately.
This was his probably his only chance to salvage his leading man career. He'll be in movies. I mean, he's a good actor and he's a good presence. But this had a $40 million budget with a $6 million opening weekend, him in the lead. That's not good. That tells studios you're not bankable. So I don't expect him to be a lead in a big movie ever again.
Yeah, that's probably it. He probably had a deal. I don't know who financed this movie, if it was a Warner Brothers movie or not, maybe to make a couple movies in addition to his Shazam films. But it's probably done now. This is not a hit. It's not going to probably be a successful film. But that's the box office as expected. Deadpool Wolverine decimating, and surprisingly, Twister's still holding on without giving up.
It was a Sony movie.
Sony.
Yes.
Okay.
Sony movie. But he'll be in movies, but not in a huge movie like this ever again as a lead.
Probably not.
Yeah.
Not that it was a huge movie, but
well, 40 mils. It's
not. I wouldn't call that huge anymore.
Okay, it's not.
It's
mid-tier.
not huge.
It's
kind of low budget nowadays. To be honest, used to. We're getting $300 million movies. It's 40 mil. It's like, I actually got it on the low end.
Now let's get into something really cool. James and I actually had access to early screenings of 2 upcoming releases. One comes out this month in a week or so. And then, it's out now. And then another film comes out in September. We got to see Speak No Evil at the Universal Backlot, and we also got to see The Instigators with Apple TV. Now, Speak No Evil, we had an absolute blast. It's a phenomenal film, great horror movie, thrilling, amazing acting, really funny, and we couldn't recommend it enough. Stay tuned for when it comes out in the 13th of September. You got to check this horror film out. It blew us away.
Also, The Instigators. It's not reinventing the wheel, but it's wicked fun. A couple Bostonian friends make a movie together, make an action comedy. It's solid. It's aggressively Boston in the best ways. It's got Dunkin' Donuts. It's got accents, and it also has political corruption. So it's a very Boston film.
Yeah, it's a good time.
You've ruined my joke, but it's okay.
What was your joke?
That was the bit.
What was the bit?
I said it's an aggressively Boston movie.
Yeah.
And I was listing things off, but you threw in something and it killed the punchline.
Well, you can say it again.
The punchline, I said it's an aggressively Boston movie. It's got Dunkin' Donuts, accents, and political corruption.
That was a joke?
Yeah, it's like it's a Boston joke. What?
Good joke, man.
That's a good joke. It would have been a good joke if you didn't ruin it. You spoiled my punchline. It's not the best joke in the world, but it's pretty funny if you're from Boston. Political corruption at the end of that joke, that's pretty good.
It's good. It was a good punchline.
You're just jealous because you probably thought it was so funny. You probably read it.
I had to stop you from saying it.
Actually, I didn't. Yeah. Anyways, there goes my great Bostonian joke.
How about you take it away with Jamie Lee Curtis news?
Well, you skipped the big one. So, obviously, Robert Downey Jr. is Dr. Doom. This was the biggest news last Saturday night that we had made our movie news episode. We didn't get to talk about it, but we did a whole episode breaking this down on Wednesday. However, there's some more news that we didn't really talk about in the episode breaking that down on Wednesday about the Comic-Con for MCU. The Russo brothers are reportedly getting paid $80 million to direct the 2 Avengers films. And Downey's salary, no one knows what it is yet, but it's significantly more to star as Doctor Doom. So they're making $80 million. Downey's making what they say is significantly more. Plus, he's going to get back end that kicks in, especially on gross. And once it hits $750 million, he gets even more money. So he's probably going to make, like, I'm guessing $300 million off these two movies.
I bet his upfront salaries are $50 million per film, and then he'll get a good, like, 5% back end. Are they even going to make money on these movies?
He's probably making more than $50 million.
Maybe.
Let's be honest. I bet you he's making $75 million per movie plus back end. Not to mention, he's also going to get perks, including private jet travel, as well as dedicated security, and a whole trailer encampment. So stars obviously get their own trailers. He's going to get an encampment.
You were absolutely right. What
About
you said,
what?
buddy?
That's right. I don't know why people...
Why is he doing it? Money.
People act like actors don't like money. That lifestyle is expensive, guys.
And
you
like-
want to maintain it.
And to have these perks, like you're the guy.
Bro, I would fucking do that.
That's royalty right there. That's,
I like so many actors, but I think so many people forget that actors, they like money too.
my question is it really worth it to spend this much money on Downey and the Russos? Are you really going to make as much money as you think you will?
Yes, I think they would have. I think if they didn't cast Downey, I think they would be screwed. If they went the Kang route. If they went the Kang route.
No. They weren't going to go the Kang route. But
Yeah, they were.
No. I mean, not now. They were going Dr.
That's what I
Doom.
mean, yeah.
No, but I'm saying they weren't. I'm saying people still would be very juiced if they just got a very good actor for Dr. Doom that wasn't Downey.
Yeah, probably.
I don't think that Downey adds that much upside to pay him $150 million and then some, as opposed to hiring an extremely respected, loved actor $5 million to play the role per movie. I don't think that Downey has that much upside.
I think a respected, actor would ask for more than $5 million. If they had a good agent, they'd get 30.
Okay, 30 mil.
To be the villain in two Avengers movies.
30 mil. I feel like they could have gotten a great actor at a fraction of the price, and audiences would still be extremely excited about it.
I think they needed a sure thing.
This is a lot of money.
Because, like I said, their Avengers lineup, it's good. I mean, is it that interesting? Doctor Strange is your main guy? Is that what we're rolling out?
I like Doctor Strange.
I like Doctor Strange a lot. He's not my A guy, though. He's like, he's batting fifth.
No. I mean, yeah, he's batting fifth, but man, that's a lot of money to spend on just two pieces of the pie of a production.
I think they need it. I think they needed him, and I think they know they needed him.
It looks like
I still think it was a very smart move.
I mean, I think it's smart, but now that we know the numbers, man,
Still
now I know
smart.
why the Russos came back.
Bro, those movies they're gonna make $2 billion.
They might make $2 billion.
If they're good, they're gonna make $2 billion.
It looks like they're spending $1 billion on the two films. With these numbers, they'll be spending $1 billion on the films.
I mean, the production cost of both films in marketing is probably gonna be $1 billion.
it's probably gonna be $500 million per film.
Yeah.
So they'll be the most expensive movies. They're already almost the most expensive movies ever made.
Yeah.
Just from the director and lead actor.
They'll pull $4 billion at the box office, so they'll make probably in profit $1.5 billion off the two movies after theater cuts. I bet.
If they're good.
I'm sure they will be now. I think anyways.
They gotta make them good.
We gotta talk about some more stuff.
Infinity War Endgame were good.
Well, actually, let's stay on MCU. So, Jamie Lee Curtis, like a week ago, someone asked her, "What do you think about the current era of the MCU or the current phase?" And she said, "It's bad." And then she walked back her statements, issuing an apology.
Ooh.
To quote, "My comments about Marvel were stupid, and I will do better."
There's nothing I hate
You
more.
need to do better, Senator.
There's nothing I hate more than I will do better. That's such a bullshit little line.
I've reached out to Kevin Feige and will no longer play in that mudslinging sandbox of competition we call the internet, nor will I engage in the toilet paper promotion or gameplay that is designed for clicks, not content or conversation. I mean, you're like 65.
What are you talking about?
You're like 65.
Mudslinging sandbox we call the internet. Like, you did it.
I would just love I mean...
I will do better. What are you going to do? Promote the MCU?
You need to do better, Senator!
What's you going to do? Like, the MCU is amazing. They've done nothing wrong.
Fucking Hollywood, man.
Oh, my God.
Hollywood.
Oh, man. Oh, my God.
They're all funny.
I hate these bullshit PR apologies written by, like, 10 people. Every word has to be perfect. Like, I will do better. It's just an MCU comment. Relax. Nobody really cares about your opinion.
You know who doesn't walk it back? The GOAT, Martin Scorsese.
Martin never walks it back.
Never does. Never will.
Martin will never apologize for anything.
Never,
He
ever.
never does. All right. All right, Jamie. All right, let's get into.
I guess that's a news story. Yeah.
Let's get into Inside Out 2, which is just on the biggest success run of the year by far. It has passed the Avengers to become the top 10 highest grossing movie of all time, which is
bananas.
fucking crazy. Inside Out 2.
Pretty insane.
What a summer. What a summer. Tell us about Ben Affleck, man.
All right, my guy.
You just smiled. The
My
smile.
guy. I found this out this morning. So my guy, Ben, y'all know how much I love this guy. He's pretty cool. Pretty cool, dude.
I need to get you a T-shirt with Ben Affleck's face on it.
I would wear that all the time on the show. So I think this is great casting. He's going to star as Hulk Hogan in the new film Gawker. And Matt Damon will play Peter Thiel, who's an investor and entrepreneur. He was a co-founder of PayPal, as well as the first, I believe, outside investor for Facebook.
Oh, yeah. He's portrayed in Social Network.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so, but he's connected to Hulk Hogan because he helped Hogan finance a lawsuit that he put up against this website called Gawker. So the screenplay for Killing Gawker is written by Charles Randolph, who won the 2016 Academy Award for Best Adapted Screenplay for The Big Short. The screenplay is based on the 2018 book Conspiracy, Peter Thiel, Hulk, Gawker, and the Anatomy of Intrigue by Ryan Holiday. That book chronicled the lawsuit that WWE Hall of Famer Hulk Hogan filed against now defunct website Gawker for publishing a sex tape video Hogan wasn't aware was being filmed in the moment by former friend Bubba the Love Sponge. The tape was later stolen and leaked. Thiel, the former CEO of PayPal, funded Hogan's lawsuit in secret in order to hurt Gawker, which had previously published negative stories about him. Hogan ended up winning a huge judgment, and Gawker was shuttered.
That sounds awesome.
Do you remember this story like several years ago?
Yeah, it does sound familiar. And then this is different from the Hemsworth. It was going to be a biopic of Hulk Hogan, and that was shut down. So I think that's why Affleck and Damon moved forward with this Hulk Hogan story.
Probably.
This sounds really interesting.
Yeah.
Great writer, too. The Big Short's awesome. Sounds like a fascinating, it sounds like Stranger Than Fiction kind of a story.
I can't wait to hear Ben's voice.
Yeah.
Come on, brother.
We've seen him blonde.
Yeah, he's great.
He looks
in the
good
last
blonde.
duel.
He'll be very tan and blonde.
He's gonna be super.
Come on, brother. Come on, brother. We're gonna crack a couple of heavies open, and we're gonna kick your ass.
Gawker was like a, what's it called? Like a tabloid kind of website, right?
Mm-hmm. I think so.
Yeah, I believe so. Wow, that sounds really cool. I'm fucking in, man. Just them two keep making movies together.
Yeah.
Sign me up. After Air, just keep them rolling, man.
It'll be an Artist Equity Production, which is their production company. Mm-hmm. I'm not sure what studio it's going to be with. Probably
They're probably shopping it right now.
yeah, because they've done Amazon, they've done Apple in the last couple of years. But we'll see. We shall see.
Some very cool movies have just been put on streaming platforms. So World War Z is now available to watch on Netflix, which I might watch tomorrow night or tonight. I mean, I'm down for that. Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes is now available on Hulu. And then Sherlock Holmes films are back on Max. Check
Good
them
stuff.
out. Good stuff.
I like to always see what platforms are newly adding movies every month. Every month it changes, so it's always fun.
You're always like, where are the Harry Potter films this month?
They're on Peacock right now. They literally.
It's you every
I checked
every
yesterday.
month. Where
Checked
are they?
yesterday.
Where are they?
They're not on Max anymore.
You were watching Lord of the Rings yesterday while editing because you didn't have access to HP.
It's absolutely true. It happened yesterday. Speaking of beloved IPs, Alien Romulus hits theaters very soon. We're going to see it in about a week. We cannot wait to get an early look at it. And they also dropped 6 excellent posters for this movie. Some of them are IMAX. Some of them are just new posters for the film.
So we have an IMAX poster, a Cinema XD poster, a Fandango poster, an AMC Thrills and Chills poster, a Screen X poster, a 4DX poster, a Dolby Cinema poster.
These are really creative, really interesting. I recommend checking them out. Obviously, we'll put them on the video version of the show if you're watching on YouTube or on Spotify. But they're awesome. I can't wait to get one of them in. I don't know which one I want.
I love all of these posters. These are really creative designs. I love the Cinemark XD one. It's like the Xenomorph is looking down on Kaylee Spaney.
I like the one where the Xenomorph's head is massive and the top of his head is the actual moon.
Yeah, the planet.
And then you can see the ship flying onto the moon.
Yeah, it's very creative stuff, and I mean, these are all so well designed. I really like them a lot.
Stuff of nightmares. These posters make me realize that this is going to be a great horror film. Obviously, Fede is a great horror director, and I think that they're doing a great job with their marketing campaign. And we were just in theaters the other day to see a movie, and they didn't play the new Alien trailer. They played the original Alien Romulus trailer, which I think was a nice pivot because, like Anthony, I don't know if you listened last week, but I left the theater last week when we went to see a movie because I didn't want to see the new trailer. It's like a 3-minute trailer. I'm like, I'm out of here. I'm going to go walk around. And I think it was smart to pull that from theaters and go back to the original one because I think the intrigue is better.
I think that I mean, yeah, I was expecting the new trailer because it was a new movie.
Me too.
Maybe they're like, we don't want to, maybe we put it out a little too much of the footage.
Yeah.
And gave a little too much away. And I will say that trailer was great. And it didn't really spoil anything. It gave you just a more sense of what is going on. But I do like the first trailer better. It was a great teaser. And I still think that's the one that they should just stick with.
Cannot wait. This, again, is a super well-marketed movie. They sent us a VHS covertly put on our porch a couple weeks ago, so that was fun. And the VHS obviously had a little video tease that said that they were revealing information and going to be at Comic-Con 2020.
And then our sponsor, movieposters.com, sent us this awesome Aliens poster, which I put right next to my face.
Yeah, go to movieposters.com, use Raiders10 to get 10% off today for all your Alien posters. So I'm so stoked. They also dropped their popcorn bucket, which is the Xenomorph's head.
Yeah, so it's actually huge. It's like
fucking
a foot and a
enormous.
half long, and then the popcorn goes into his skull, and you eat it like that. I honestly might get one because it would look great on set.
It's pretty baller.
I might get one to put it right here.
We got to see what it looks like in person.
Yeah, I think I might get one of those.
Do
Looks
it.
good.
You won't do it.
I'll do it.
Do it.
I'll fucking do it. You know what else I'll do? I'm gonna get the 4K restoration of Seven Samurai. I'm gonna watch that in theaters. They just dropped the first trailer for the beautiful restoration of the Samurai classic from Akira Kurosawa. For the film's 70th anniversary, it will be released in theaters on October 3rd. So if you haven't watched many Kurosawa films, a great way to start is to see it in theaters because I've never seen one of his movies in theaters.
Me neither. Sign me up.
Hell yes.
October 3rd, that's 2 days after we're seeing Hans Zimmer in concert.
Oh my God! Hans!
Let's go. So, Tom Cruise. Is that how it's said?
Tom Cruise.
So, Tom Cruise. Tom Cruise is in Paris watching the Olympics, as we all know. And he's going to perform a stunt at the end of the Paris Olympics. What he's going to do is he's going to rappel down the top of Stade de France, carry the Olympic flag to L.A., and skydive onto the Hollywood sign with the Olympic flag because Los Angeles will be the next Summer Olympics in 4 years.
It's gonna be a fucking mess here.
Yeah,
Oh,
so
fuck.
I know it's gonna suck in LA in 4 years.
So this is what he was filming a month ago on the Hollywood sign.
So he's already filmed and recorded the skydiving portion onto the Hollywood sign. Yeah, remember we talked about that like 4 weeks ago. But he's gonna actually do the rappelling at the Stade de France
And do that live, and then they'll cut to the footage that they filmed.
So he'll like do that, and then he'll run out of the stadium probably.
What is the Stade de France?
I think it's one of their Capitol buildings.
It is the stadium, a rugby stadium. So it'll be in front of like an Olympic crowd. He'll do it. Man, this sounds fucking great.
So cool.
Oh my God. Well, actually, I guarantee they set everything up in downtown. So where we are, we'll be fine.
I wonder because they're gonna have to build a lot of. Obviously, they build stadiums and stuff for these.
Yeah, but most of the stadiums are near downtown.
Yeah, down on like the south side of LA,
Yeah. So I think
southeast LA.
they're gonna send everybody there, and then just use the stadium in South LA. So I think we should be fine where we live.
Yeah, it'll just be more.
It won't be
here.
crazy here.
I think. I mean,
Hollywood, imagine the touristing in Hollywood.
Well, I mean, the highway's just gonna be even worse.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be worse than
It's
ever.
all connected, man. They're arteries of
For a month
travel.
Man, well, we'll get ready for it. You know what else I'm ready for?
What?
Squid Game 2. Now this season premieres in 2025.
No.
I mean, sorry.
Want me to
Please
do this?
explain this.
So all you'd have to do is read the two very simple sentences I said. Squid Game Season 2 teaser has dropped. It releases on December 26th. And then the third and final season premieres in 2025.
Thank you. Well, it really threw me off. It threw me off the way you wrote it.
How I wrote Squid Game Season 2 teaser released December 26th. You know what?
It's confusing.
It's not that
It's
confusing.
confusing.
So the show comes back.
You should
December
have written, and then the third and final season premieres 2025. Or after that.
We consistently write bullet points consistently on our documents.
So they must have filmed these seasons back to back, which is why it's been so long.
I have no idea. However, 2025 is going to be huge for Netflix because they have Stranger Things 5 and Squid Game Season 3 coming out.
Oh my God, nobody's going to be able to compete with them.
Yeah, it's going to
They're
be
gonna get all the streaming
massive
numbers.
streaming numbers. I like how they know they're going to end it, and they're going to end it when it should end. You know, they're not going to stretch it out. They know we're doing 3 seasons. It's going to end. Next year's the final season, and then we're moving on with our lives.
No, then they're doing the American one.
Yeah, Fincher.
They're not moving on from Squid Game.
Well, the South Korean filmmakers are moving on. Probably.
We'll see. All right.
They should make a movie, too.
Let's get into a couple of movie trailers that came out. The best one this week was Piece by Piece, which is the Pharrell Williams animated biopic, which is animated with Legos. It's very cute. It looks very wholesome, and it's an interesting blend between documentary and narrative. We saw it in theaters, and it just looked like a great film about creativity, about expression, and about music and art. And it details Pharrell Williams' life, which he narrates, and then also combined with interviews of his friends and frequent collaborators throughout his life. Animated with Legos. It was cool to see Snoop Dogg animated as a Lego character. It looks like a really fun, family-friendly film about the amazing ability to create art that Pharrell Williams has.
Very sweet.
And then we got Subservience. If there's a if there's a trend in Hollywood that I wish would end, it's the AI horror film. Megan Fox in Subservience plays an AI housekeeper who is purchased by a man when his wife is terminally ill to help take care of the house and his daughter. She seduces him. However, things take a dark turn when his terminally ill wife recovers and comes home. Then things get sinister. And so Megan Fox is playing an android.
All right. Should be a good film, guys. Should be a good film.
Guess what? There's something wrong with her.
She's gonna kill someone.
It's literally the same trailer as Megan, the same trailer as Afraid, the same trailer as the other one,
Aya.
It's just unbelievable. It's like the same movie.
Family is happy with AI in their lives. Then
Exactly.
It takes a turn.
Over and over and over
Someone
again.
needs to make a movie where AI saves someone.
Yeah. AI, I mean, yeah.
Terminator 2, come on.
Yeah. Reprogram Megan to be the hero. I just hope this trend ends soon.
Oh, it's not gonna.
They keep making money.
It's not gonna end.
Oh, man. It's literally the same thing.
You know what has ended?
What?
The production of Superman.
Great segue.
Thanks. They have wrapped production, and to quote James Gunn, "God bless our cast and crew, whose commitment, creativity, and hard work have brought this project to life. I set out to make a movie about a good man in a world that isn't always so much, and the goodness and kindness and love I've encountered on a daily basis on the set has inspired me and thrust me forward when I felt too spent to move on my own. Thank you all from the bottom of my heart. It has been an honor. Now, the destination has been Superman, but the journey has been the toil and the laughter and the emotions and ideas and magic we've shared together on set, and for that, I am forever grateful."
Good for them.
I'm
Congrats.
looking forward to finally seeing a trailer or something at the end of the year would be great.
Yeah, a nice DC film. A cute, light, positive DC film.
I don't think it's going to be cute.
It might be cute.
I think it'll be nice.
I bet there's some cute stuff in it.
I think it's going to be optimistic and hopeful
Nice.
and bombastic and sick and funny.
All right, we got news about the MCU slate for 2025. Marvel Studios' slate is on February 14th, Captain America, Brave New World releases. Then, May 2nd, Thunderbolts releases, followed by Fantastic Four on July 25th. And then Blade apparently is coming out November 7th.
They're still holding on to that.
Yeah.
They think they're going to make this movie.
Guys, it's August.
They actually think they're going to make this movie.
It's
There's
August.
no effing way they're making that movie by November.
You don't think they'll make that?
No way. I think they're only saying that because Blade's in freaking... I don't want to spoil it. Because of Blade recency. Y'all know.
Everyone knows. Everyone knows.
But I think that's why they're. Oh yeah, we're totally making the Blade. But there's no if they make a Blade movie that comes out in November, I will give a random listener $100.
Also, in 2026, it looks like Marvel's liking the Valentine's Day release date with Captain America this upcoming Valentine's Day. And then in 2026, on February 13th, an undisclosed film will be coming out. So they just have the slot. May 1st, Avengers Doomsday comes out. And then November 6th in 2026, another undisclosed project comes out. Followed by 2027, May 7th, Avengers Secret Wars will come out. Followed by July 23rd, unannounced film. And then November 5th, 2027, another unannounced film.
I like how they're TBA because they're gonna be delayed.
No. They just bought the slot. They just got the slots. Is all.
And
They're holding on to them.
And they're gonna be delayed.
They're just holding on to the slots so that other studios don't take them. But yeah, they like these are all the same slots. Like,
Well, they're not. It's not like the other studios can't take them, but
well, no, they can, but like nobody's gonna go up against a Marvel movie
No, I
on the
know,
same
yeah,
weekend.
yeah.
So they lock them in as soon as they can.
I know.
But these seem to be slots that they really like. It's all about the same slots. So Valentine's Day, the first week in May, and then the first week in November. Those must be hot spots for box office.
July too.
All right, we got some Matt Damon news, who is
Matt
Damon, who's doing promotions for the Instigators, and he teased a Rounders sequel, which would make us very excited. He said, I quote, "The one that we've been talking about for years, and I just saw Edward Norton a few weeks ago, and all of us want to do it, is a second Rounders movie. Because so much has happened in that poker world in the last 25 years, it will be fun to catch up with those guys. You've got to figure out the chain of title and who actually owns Rounders, and everybody's got to get their hand in the pot. So we've got to figure out a way to make a deal that makes sense for everybody, particularly the people who are going to make the movie, because at Ars Equity, that's who we care about, the cast and crew. We're trying to figure that out because I think we'd like to do that.
That's a movie that really we've always said needs a sequel.
It would be great.
Every time we've been asked, what movie do you think deserves a sequel? Rounders.
And it makes sense for a sequel because the landscape of that sport has changed so much.
And so much time has passed.
Yeah, so much time has passed, but like it's a completely different animal now.
Well, how do you think they would go about it? Like, I feel like the story would be he went to the World Series of Poker and then won and then washed out or something. And then maybe Worm finds success.
Maybe.
Maybe Worm.
I don't think that he washed out, but I would say maybe he retired after that. Or no, actually, no. I look at the end of Rounders as he's sticking to poker. That's how I look at the end
No,
of
yeah,
Rounders.
that's what I mean.
Yeah.
He's going to always do poker. But maybe now Worm's the one in power.
I don't think that would work for me as an audience member.
Yeah,
but
but-
I think that internet poker and the complete change and shift in these analytical, mathematical minds really dominating the poker game online, as opposed to being able to play the other person. So I think they're going to factor in how technology has shifted poker playing.
Worm's going to be an AI bot, and he's going to turn. It's going to be called Rounders AI.
Rangers with the AI in it.
Sign me up.
Oh, man.
Britney Spears. She's getting a biopic, everybody, finally, from Wicked director John Chu. Universal fought off stiff competition to land the rights to I Am a Slave for You, the singer's 2023 memoir, The Woman in Me, in which the American music icon offers a raw and unfiltered account of her life, career, mental health struggles, and the perils of child stardom. So John Chu is going to direct a Britney Spears biopic for Universal.
That would be a really big hit. And like the question is, who could play Britney Spears?
Yeah.
That's a tough role to play, but it would give someone a lot of range to work with to really pull it. I think maybe Elle Fanning could do that really well.
Yeah, maybe. Or someone who looks like her. Maybe a singer like Sabrina Carpenter.
Who's Sabrina Carpenter?
She's a really big pop star.
Oh, cool. Yeah, I'm curious. That would be a juicy role for an actress. That's like prime for an Oscar-worthy performance.
Yeah.
It's a great story, too. There's a lot to do in terms of narrative storytelling, so that could be a big hit. All right, speaking of AI, Meta is offering celebrities millions of dollars to use their voices for various AI projects. The company is currently talking with Judi Dench, Awkwafina, Keegan-Michael Key, and many other actors so that users of their softwares could speak with a chatbot that has the voice of a celebrity like Awkwafina.
Interesting choices.
Interesting.
Judi Dench. She's too old for that.
What? She's got a great voice.
She does have a great voice, but she's like 90.
I don't think she's that old.
Judi Dench.
She might be in her 80s. She's in her 80s.
Judi Dench age. Looking it up right now. Give me one sec. Judi Dench is 117 years old.
Wow, she looks great.
She's 89. I was 1 year off.
Were you right?
I was 1 year off. Yeah. I mean, if you were a celebrity, would you take millions of dollars from Meta for your voice?
I don't know. I'm not. I don't think so.
Oh,
No.
I don't know if I would either.
I wouldn't want to get into AI business at all.
Nah, I think it's just a bad rap.
I wouldn't want to do it. And also, like, that it's not really being a performer anymore. It's more of just a personality.
It's just too weird to have a celebrity in your ear.
Yeah, it is. I think that I would never, if there was options, I'm not sure I would do that.
What if it was
George Clooney?
What if it was no, like Henry Cavill can be your GPS navigation? That'd be so weird. Or Brad Pitt is helping you, tells you the weather for the day.
That is weird. I don't know.
That's too much, man.
Yeah, I don't know.
Maybe a cartoon character, sure. Like
Bugs Bunny.
Yeah,
SpongeBob.
If SpongeBob told
Turn
me
right up ahead.
like, sure.
Don't forget your appointment at 10 a.m. Yeah, I don't know about that.
It's a weird world, man.
I mean, I understand what they're doing.
Just get some generic dude named Brian who's got a great voice and just have him do it.
Well, I mean, Spotify did a great job with their voice on their program, and they used an actual employee in their executive level.
Yeah, for their DJ.
Yeah, for their AI DJ is actually an executive at the company who is their marketing exec, and he's got very personable, and they used him as the AI voice, which I think it works really well. Like, nobody knows who he is, but he's got a great voice, and he's very personable.
What is Meta going to use Zuckerberg? All right, now the weather today.
Well,
the weather today is 78 degrees Fahrenheit. Today's malfunction. You see his rebrand?
Oh yeah, his fit.
He's got a whole rebrand. He's got long curly hair now. He does jujitsu. He's in great shape, and he's just like talking like dudes now. Yeah. He's like one of us now.
Yeah, he was on an interview, and he was like he had a great fit, and he had like the long hair
in the tan.
He was very bro-y.
It's pretty interesting because especially when he was testifying in court like 3 years ago, because he looked like a cyborg. I think he probably stepped back. I think he got away from the screens.
Yeah. I think he was like, I should really alter my public image. He's wearing a chain now.
Yeah.
He wears a chain now. The short hair just made him look very much like a robot.
Well, it's the short hair, but also he looks like he just hadn't seen the sun in 10 years. It looks like he's just been programming for 10 years, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
his eyes were glazed and they looked odd and silvery, and
he's wearing like a Bane jacket.
That's what I mean. Yeah.
He's definitely. I think
he's getting that entrepreneur vibe now.
Facebook was like, dude, you need a stylist. You need a fucking stylist. And yeah, he needed new fits.
He looks healthier.
He looks much healthier. Yeah.
He looks happier and healthier.
He looks 20 years younger.
I know.
With long hair.
It's long hair, but also when you get the sun, you need the fucking sun.
Look at the difference between him.
I know.
This. He looks like he's 65, and then last week he looks like he's our age.
He looks like a music producer now.
He does look like a music
Big
producer.
Big ass t-shirt, curly hair, and a long gold chain.
Oh my god, he
long
looks like a music
chain.
producer.
It's a better look. I'll give him. It's a way better look.
Oh my god,
he does look so much younger though.
He looks much better. He needed a rebrand.
See, that's what happens when you exercise. You get some sunlight. You enjoy life a little bit.
Yeah,
get away from
smile.
the computer. Get away from the computers. Put the devices down.
Hang out with celebrities.
Go do some fun
Go
stuff.
to some UFC events.
Yeah.
He walked a fashion line, a catwalk.
What the fuck?
He did a ramp walk. Yeah. Oh, they were AI generated. Never mind.
Okay.
Sorry. Oh yeah, this is fucked up. It looks so real. But yeah, I could see the mess ups in it. But yeah, he's got some good fits now. He looks less like a robot. You're right.
Yeah. he looks human now. So what I'm saying is, the robots have been pretty. They figured out.
They're learning.
They're learning how to look human. They're doing a pretty good job. They've been learning. They collected all that data from Instagram, and they figured out how to look
dressed like Drake.
How to look like a real human being now.
Oh my god, that's funny.
All right, let's get into some more news. So, sorry, that was a good joke.
That's good. James gets a round of applause for that one.
The It prequel series, Welcome to Derry, has wrapped production. It will release on HBO and Max in 2025.
Very cool.
Welcome to Derry, it's called.
I got this great Josh Hartnett interview. He's doing press for Trap, which we recommend checking out. And he revealed why he walked away from Hollywood for about a decade. And despite having a Hollywood trajectory that led to great success in films like Pearl Harbor and Black Hawk Down, he also even turned down Superman twice. People are always unclear, why would he turn down Superman and why did he step away from the spotlight? He said that there were a lot of incidents in his life that just drove him away, and it was people's attention to me at the time, he said, I quote, was borderline unhealthy. There were incidents where people would show up at my house, people were stalking me, and he even said when he was 27, a guy showed up at one of his premieres with a gun, claiming to be his father. That guy ended up getting arrested. There were a lot of things that he didn't even mention. He said it was a weird time, and I was going to be in this for a while. He didn't want his life to be swallowed up by his work, and there was a notion that at the time he just kind of gave it all up to do the career, and he got obliterated by it, and he couldn't deal with it anymore, and so he backed up. Also, missing out on roles like Batman and The Prestige made him walk it back a little bit, and he recognized that missing an opportunity like that to work with Chris, and it was a big thing, and trying to curate your career to doing things that you're interested in. That's what he believes is more important to his life rather than just doing big roles. He says that now that he's 46, it seems like the rest of the industry is finally catching up with what he can do and what he's always been hoping to do with his career. And he said he's looking forward to making more films like Trap.
So he didn't, and I don't want to confuse anyone. He didn't get offered Batman. He had a meeting with Christopher Nolan about playing Batman. And then he actually pitched himself to be in The Prestige, but both obviously went to Christian Bale.
Yeah.
Who knows if he would have been Batman? I'm sure he was a top contender if he wanted to audition. It sounds like he didn't audition. And it sounds like he didn't want to he didn't want to become the biggest star on the planet because he was so popular back then.
He was huge.
Early 2000s, late 90s, Josh Hartnett was the guy.
Yeah.
And it sounds like it just had a negative effect on his life. And I respect the hell out of someone like that who has the whole world. He can do anything he wants and be the biggest star in the world and backs away. He didn't disappear completely. He was in some stuff here and there, but I really like how, he's taking some time. He's coming back to Hollywood and being in some cool movies.
Yeah, I think he's going to have an incredible career resurgence. And what he did in Trap was fantastic, and he was great in Oppenheimer. Obviously, Nolan loves him. To speak with him about Batman, then to always be a fan of his and even cast him in Oppenheimer. I think he's just got a great amount of range, and Trap showcased his talents for sure.
He's got a crazy screen presence.
Yeah.
Crazy screen presence.
Yeah, you just can't take your eyes off him.
Let's talk about Skeleton Crew from Disney Plus in Star Wars. First look at it. We got a couple images of Jude Law and the rest of the cast, who I don't know anyone else who's in it. It's just a bunch of young actors and actresses. It premieres on December 3rd on Disney Plus. However, I do know that Nick Frost will voice a droid called SM-33 in Star Wars Skeleton Crew. He describes him as he's like a rusty, old, cranky droid that sort of reluctantly helps the kids along the way.
They had a bunch of great directors for this show.
Yeah.
Taika Waititi, the Daniels, a bunch of other really good directors. I think that fucking Ghost Story director, what's his name?
Dave
Lowry.
Dave Lowry.
Did one, so they hired a great crew for the Skeleton Crew. I think it's very smart to make a kids show.
Didn't Lee Isaac Chung do one too?
I think so, yeah. They hired a bunch of great filmmakers, very experienced veteran filmmakers for their episodes. I think it's a really smart choice to make a show for kids, with kids, to get very young people into the IP. And also Jude Law doesn't hurt to have them.
Yeah, but it's not like young kids aren't already into Star Wars.
True.
It's like the most popular thing on the planet.
No, but young kids. Like little kids.
Yeah, I think they already like it, bro.
We'll see. All right, we missed another horror trailer.
Oh, yeah. Bagman.
Starring Sam Claflin. A family finds themselves ensnared in a nightmare as they are hunted by a malevolent mythical creature. For centuries and across cultures, parents have warned their children of the legendary Bagman, who snatches innocent children and stuffs them into his vile, rotting bag, never to be seen again. Patrick McKee, played by Sam Claflin, narrowly escaped such an encounter as a boy, which left him with lasting scars throughout his childhood. Now, Patrick's childhood tormentor has returned, threatening the safety of his wife and son, Jake. I gotta say,
Is this Blumhouse?
I'm not sure what it is. I don't think it's Blumhouse. I watched the trailer right before this, and I was laughing at it.
Really?
It's not scary. It looks kind of silly.
What production company is this? I'm trying to
not
find
sure.
it. I'm trying to find it on Wikipedia.
And it's just like, it looks like a really cheesy horror villain. Like, just very cheesy and cringy.
Here we go. Or no. Bagman. It's just one word, right?
Bagman.
Bilbo Bagman. I can't find it on Wikipedia.
It's independent. Temple Hill and Media Capital are production companies. And it has a release date of September 20th, so very soon. I'm not sure who's distributing it. Lionsgate's distributing it. Lionsgate bought it. It is just a weird-looking movie. I'm telling you, man. It is odd.
Is this a James Wan
No.
production?
Nope.
So there's no other big name attached to it?
Mm-mm. Not that I know of.
Interesting. Yeah, I'm looking at the IMDb. I don't recognize any of their names. Hey, maybe it's good.
Get out of here, man.
Maybe it's good.
Stop it. Just be. Watch the trailer and then tell me it's going to be good.
Yeah, sure, I'll watch it. Again, the titles of horror movies are just getting, like, the front room, the
Bagman.
the chair, the closet window by the back attic. The bushes in the side garden by the house in front of the driveway. It's just
The computer screen.
the curtain. Like, anyways, Wallace and Gromit news.
Oh, yeah.
Lorne Balfe, one of the best composers right now working, who's obviously, Top Gun Maverick, Mission Impossible films, is composing music for Wallace and Gromit, Vengeance Most Foul.
Oh, you watched it?
I watched The Wrong Trousers last night.
How'd you like it?
It was superb.
Wasn't it great?
Yeah, so Wallace and Gromit.
Finally.
It had four, like in 1993, it was a series, a season of TV, or short films, basically.
Yes, they make short films,
And there's
yeah.
4 of them. And so I watched the movie that this sequel is, this episode that the sequel is based off of, continuation of.
Mm-hmm.
It's called Wallace and Gromit, The Wrong Trousers. It is delightfully sinister.
Yes.
And so fun. And really so well shot.
I'm telling you, man.
So
It was
well shot.
beautiful.
It's gorgeous.
Oh, my God. It was so good.
I was watching a Francis Ford Coppola
Yeah,
movie,
the
dude.
music's
Yeah.
great.
The silhouettes, the fucking focus
Yeah,
pulls.
man.
There's a split diopter in it.
That's what I've been waiting. I've been trying to get you to watch this.
It's phenomenal. It really is.
And how awesome is Feathers?
Feathers McGraw.
Have you seen this chicken? Drinking Bordeaux in the window.
It's so effing funny. I can't recommend it. It's on Amazon if you have Amazon Prime, which I'm sure everyone listening has. You can watch Wallace and Gromit. So just go to the Wallace and Gromit. There's a section. It's called their collection.
Yeah.
Episode 2 is The Wrong Trousers, which is, again, the episode that this movie is a sequel of. And it's about this penguin who comes, Wallace and Gromit. Gromit's this dog. He lives with this man named Wallace. And this penguin suddenly comes in to rent a room, ends up taking Gromit's room and ruining Gromit's life.
Puts up fish wallpaper.
Yeah, but there's something off about him, and so Gromit starts to follow him and realizes and discovers he's a master thief.
Oh my God.
It's so
It's so
fucking
good.
funny.
It's so
when
funny.
he pulls out the gun, I'm like, where'd that come from? It's a blast,
fucking
guys.
gun.
I can't wait for the sequel now.
Oh my
I'm
God.
very excited.
Oh,
I
man.
watched the teaser.
Now you know why
Yeah.
I've been talking it up for a month.
Yeah, man.
It's really that good.
It's delightful.
Yeah.
It's if you like Wes Anderson movies or anything like
Yeah.
that, any stop motion, it's that exact tone. It's hysterical.
so good.
So
I'm glad
funny.
you watched it.
I loved it.
Oh, man.
Nobody 2, the sequel to Bob Odenkirk's very successful first action film, is entering production right now. Christopher Lloyd is also coming back to reprise his role. So 87 North Productions is hot on production of their action franchise.
Next up, the
Which is great news because Odenkirk, we all know, had a heart attack after making that movie.
Did he?
Yeah, he had a heart attack.
Oh, damn.
So it was like a year and a half ago-ish, he had a heart attack. But it's so cool to see him come back to an action movie that was very popular, get back into shape. It's really incredible stuff.
Good for him. The SNL film, SNL 1975, has actually changed its title to Saturday Night, which I think is a much better title.
Way better.
SNL 1975 sounds like a fucking sci-fi film. THX 113.
Yeah, if you didn't know what Saturday Night Live was, you'd be like, what is this?
What is SNL 1975? Jason Reitman is making this film. It's actually coming out very soon, which means they obviously finished shooting. It comes out October 11th in theaters and follows the opening night first broadcast of Saturday Night Live. I think this is a great idea for a film starring Gabriel LaBelle, Dylan O'Brien, Rachel Sano, Willem Dafoe, Nicholas Braun. Oh, nice. Nicholas Braun's in it. J.K. Simmons, Finn Wolfhard, Cooper Hoffman, Andrew Barth Feldman, Lamorne Morris, and John Baptiste. So a lot of great young Hollywood actors, like the future generation of Hollywood, are in this film, as well as some veterans. So I'm very excited for this film. Gabrielle LaBelle is playing Lauren Michaels
Dylan O'Brien. Oh, yeah, that's the guy that
in Maze Runner.
people always say that we look like, Dylan O'Brien.
I could see that.
Yeah.
I could see that.
I get that usually.
We're
the
like a
most.
less handsome version
Yeah.
of Dylan. We're discount.
less hot.
We're on sale, Dylan O'Brien.
Yeah. We're thrift store Dylan O'Brien. Used and abused. But cleaned up.
Tell us about the Oscars host, which they're having trouble with.
So Jimmy Kimmel will not be returning to host the Oscars for 2025, which is kind of around the corner, everybody. John Mulaney, who would be perfect, was offered the gig but passed on it. I think it was probably a smart decision. I think he
doesn't need it.
He doesn't need it. He's such a big comedian. He's probably holding out for a late night show, honestly. But they don't have a host, and we are open to it.
I mean, why not? We would make a really fun show. It would just be this: James and I in chairs with our microphones.
Imagine. Started bickering on stage.
Honestly, that would go viral
That'd be
if it
pretty
was
funny.
like that low key.
We would have so much fun. I would wear the Dunkachino outfit. No, the Duncan's one.
The Al Pacino one?
The
Oh no, the Dunk Kings.
Dunk Kings outfit.
Oh my god.
I still want to get one of those.
Oh man.
I might just get one.
Get one. Why not?
It's pretty fun.
They're probably much easier to find now.
I should wear that on set.
Do it, man. Do it in the winter. Otherwise, you'd be fucking sweating in that thing. All right, we got some more Matt Damon news talking about the Instigators and working with one of his best friends, Casey Affleck. Not his best friend. We all know who his best one is. He said, "I think just 43 years into this friendship, it's one of the joys of doing what we love, but being able to do it together. It doesn't get any better than that. I feel really lucky to be able to still be making movies at this level with the kind of people that I get to work with. But some of them are the people that I've been closest with and dearest friends for 4 decades. It's a really special thing. I'm kind of like someone who's just shown up to a family Thanksgiving, and you're learning all of the family dynamics. So my sense was that Casey's always been a little bit under Ben's shadow, and the Instigators was a chance to let Casey shine free and clear without being in anyone's shadow. I think it was clear how much Ben loves and supports his brother. And I think that part of that was not casting any shadow over him and letting Casey shine. And he does shine in the movie. He's the best part of the film. He lets to really express his comedic chops in a great way.
Yeah, he co-wrote it as well. And I mean, Casey's an Oscar winner now.
Yeah,
so I wouldn't say
Oscar winner.
he's not living in Ben's shadow anymore. Maybe
Yeah,
still,
Matt.
Still to
Yeah,
an
Matt.
I mean, still to an extent because Ben Affleck is such a huge mega star. Casey's a star. He's a movie star, but not even close to Ben in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
But he's still awesome on camera. He's a terrific actor.
He has that acting Oscar.
And you're right. He's so effing funny in this movie. He's what kept me in the movie.
Yeah.
Without him, it's kind of a tough watch. But
That movie, the way we described it perfectly when we finished watching it, we were like, it was just like a bunch of friends made an action movie.
Yeah, that's what it sounds like. A couple Bostonian best buds are like, hey, let's just make a movie.
Yeah.
We got funding. We don't have to worry about box office. Let's have a
Yeah,
good time.
exactly,
It's wicked fun. Duncan's, again.
Have a couple brewskis when you watch it. It'll be more enjoyable.
It's a very Bostonian movie. Very Bostonian.
Yeah.
Final bit of news.
This is a spoiler for Deadpool and Wolverine, so you've been warned.
A warning, spoiler warning, and also someone complained to me on TikTok about a spoiler warning. We made a clip about a cameo, one of them, and for 7 seconds we didn't reveal it, and I blocked the cameo with text that said spoiler.
You blocked it,
and
they watched it.
Someone still watched the
What'd
whole
they
thing
say?
and then complained. Great, I just opened up TikTok and saw this. Thanks.
Oh my god! What else can you do?
I don't know.
Should we just not make videos about movies?
I have no idea.
I mean,
They had, I think, 8 seconds to swipe away before.
I know what clip you're talking
Yeah,
about.
I put a
and you
big
blocked
red
the
bubble
character.
over the character.
Yeah,
It's been 10 days. Everyone knows. Everyone
it's
knows.
all over the internet.
People are just freely tweeting it now.
Oh my god!
So if you don't want anything spoiled, get the fuck off the internet or go see the movie. Go see the movie. Sorry, Brian from Ohio. Say mother, say hi.
All right, tell us the news.
So, from another Bostonian, Chris Evans calls Marvel return in Deadpool Wolverine a dream come true. Thank you to Ryan Reynolds, Hugh Jackman, and Sean Levy for letting me be a part of an incredible movie. They're the 3 nicest guys you'll ever meet. Special thank you to Ryan for making it all happen. Playing Johnny again was a dream come true, and it'll always have a special place in my heart. And Ryan Reynolds basically texted Chris Evans the idea of coming back as Johnny Storm, being the Human Torch for a cameo, and Chris Evans immediately said yes. And I think it was a really great idea. It was so smart. One of the best parts of the movie, I think, was this great bait and switch, or as Anthony calls it, a switch and bait.
Honestly, it might be my favorite part of the film.
It was fucking hysterical.
it was great.
It was perfect.
Yeah.
I jumped in the air, I think, out of my chair.
You flew and lit on fire.
Yeah.
Oh my god. So that wraps up movie news. We are, if you've seen our Instagram account, we're doing a Greek trip. We're going to Greece with a bunch of fans and listeners.
Up to 24 people can come with us.
So we're the tickets go on sale on Friday. We're going to keep you informed with more information about it. If you want to know more about the Greek trip, just DM us on Instagram. We'll answer any questions you have, but we will be promoting it more so this week. And then on Friday, tickets will go on sale. So if you want to come to Greece with us for a week and just have a fucking blast, we'll let you know. Come join us.
There's a story highlight on our Instagram in one of those little circle bubbles.
Yeah, we have a whole highlight
Has
reel.
all the details.
Yeah.
Every day is a different thing. We have the itinerary. Everything is included with your ticket except for flights, right?
Flights and some food, but you get
we get dinners together, we get breakfasts together. Accommodations are all included.
Accommodations. We get shuttled everywhere in private coaches.
Experiences that's all paid for, like the tour guides and stuff like that. It's all included with your ticket.
Yeah, and a lot of your meals will be included in the ticket as well. So we'll have more information about how much the trip will cost, and they will go on sale on Friday. So stay tuned for that. If you want to learn more, just go on our Instagram reel, go to that highlight reel that says Greek trip, and we are super excited. It's next year in late June, June 21st to 27th, 2025 will be the trip. But again, if you have any more questions, shoot us a text, DMs anytime.
And it's a trip. It's a week-long getaway in Greece, so it ain't going to be cheap. Just a heads up.
But it was not going to be that expensive.
It's not going to be crazy expensive. You know, you're not going to go broke. But, I mean, you're going to have to spend a good amount of money. You know, we're all going to have to get to Greece, which is not the cheapest flight in the world, but, hey, it's going to be sick.
I looked. It's not bad.
Not bad.
$600.
Round trip?
Yeah.
That's pretty fucking
It's
good.
not bad. From America, from LA.
If you buy now.
And anyone living in Europe, that's like fucking $30 to fly there.
Euros, Anthony.
Euros.
Or whatever the currency of whatever country they live in. Pounds, euros, all kinds of stuff out there, Anthony.
The A for Norway or Sweden, they have the A.
Some countries, they still barter. Can I give you a bag of wheat for a plane ticket?
How many blankets is that?
All right, everybody. Thanks for tuning in. Become a patron today at patreon.com/Raiders of the Lost Podcast. Leave those 5-star ratings and reviews on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. And take care, everybody.
See you next time.